What is up? What is up? How y'all doing? Welcome to React with the Bat. Y'all know my co-host Sean Cody. How's everybody doing? Look at Johnny, he's on here. Awesome.
Johnny
Charmaine,
Smoker, Face the Ace,
Face the
Tremaine.
Ace. You got this one guy named Bat Rican. I don't know who he is. You got Jamie. How y'all doing? Yeah, we went to that park and that waterfall. But my wife said at Starved Rock years ago, there was a guy that got off the track and the trail, and he fell to his death.
Yeah,
And I'm like, what? Really? When was this? But that was a long time ago.
yeah, it was a long
This is
time
what.
ago. I've walked around Starved Rock where I've been in pretty some precarious situations, walking around cliff ledges and stuff like that around there.
Right,
There was
right.
one time I even scaled straight up the side of Starved Rock
Damn, that's
and
crazy.
climbed up. Yeah, I mean a couple of my friends, they just climbed the side of it one day. But yeah,
Yeah,
there's a couple places where there's little caves, but you have to go along this ledge, and it just drops right off, and then
right.
but you get around this ledge, and there's a cave there. So you get in there, and it's all cool. You hang out in the cave for a little while.
Yeah. But the other
But yeah,
park,
they cut all that off now.
yeah, the other park was cool, man. So I mean, we weren't high up, but we were there. We were just staying on the trail and stuff like that. And yeah, the waterfall, the one that we have to get close to the waterfall, we have to take off our shoe because there was no way around it, to get on it. So we had to take off our shoes and go into the water and walk all the way straight. And man, that let me tell you, the water was kind of cold.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, but it was nice. It was nice, and the waterfall was dripping. And me and my wife, it was hot and humid today, and we were saying, man, we should get in that waterfall, but we didn't. We didn't do it. But it was cool though. It was nice, beautiful. Nature is beautiful. It's really nice. So how's everybody's day going? Huh? Is everybody doing okay? We're gonna start off with the video right now because this video is a little long. It's an hour and 21 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Before you start
Yeah.
that video, let's take a look at this. I've got this. Yeah,
Oh
I didn't
yeah.
look.
Let me see.
I,
I want to see the grade, bro.
Yeah, I didn't look
It-
at it either because I got the box and I was like, "What the heck is this?" And I was, I saw I didn't order anything, and I look at the address and it's just a person's name from Sarasota, Florida. I'm like, "Okay, what the heck is this?" So I'm like, kind of leery opening it up. I open it up
Wow.
and inside I look inside. I'm like, "Oh, it's my comic book." And then I was like, I'm just gonna leave it this way until tonight. So
Let me see it. Let me see it.
we'll get to see it right now. So. So there it is.
Oh wow.
That's the backside. There's the front.
9.8. Nice. That's a good one. 9.8 is really high. They never give anybody a 10 though.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, that's cool, man. Did they give you a price on it or no?
Let's see what the invoice that fell off. Well, the invoice here says $50.25. Well, that's what I paid.
That's what you paid. Okay.
Yeah.
But they don't tell you how much it's worth.
No,
Oh, okay, okay.
I have to look around. It's
Yeah.
still in plastic. Let's see.
That looks dope. I like that, man. I gotta get my Batman. It's somewhere around here. I got like 3 comic books I gotta send to grade. That's a dope Superman too. And
It's
the new
kind of hard to see when it's on camera how it's like a reflective weird
right.
surface.
And the new Superman movie is coming out
In
July
person, looks really
11th.
cool.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah,
You make
Superman.
10? What do you mean? You grade it as a 10? I don't think those CGCs ever grade a comic book a 10. Not that I know of.
Yeah, Superman 78 special edition #1.
Yeah. Nice, man. That's awesome, man. I can't wait to do that to mine. You know what? Send me the address. Send me the
Alright.
address whenever you get a chance. I wanna send one of my comic books to get graded.
Yeah, you just put it at. I'll send you all the information.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we're gonna check out this video. It's all about underwater sea creatures, which is it's sea creatures, but it's actually mermaids. We're gonna watch some mermaids today. We've seen UFO, we've seen Bigfoot, we've seen ghosts, all that paranormal stuff. Now we're gonna watch some mermaids. So I don't know how many of you guys believe in mermaids, but mermaids go way, 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 way back.
Yeah, Homer's Iliad and the Odyssey is like one of the oldest stories
Yes,
that I know of.
I think it's older than Bigfoot. So I don't know. I doubt it older than UFO, but older than Bigfoot. I'm pretty sure of that. All right, here we
A
go.
leaked clip from the UK Coast Guard shows a humanoid figure with glowing eyes breaching the surface. In a murky lake video, a swimmer dives down and is met with a loud, deep growl. What he captures next is chilling. And just what is this thing thrashing in the water? Well, these are more real mermaid sightings deep-sea fishermen can't explain. Do you spot something in the water
Mermaid.
here? It's hard to see at
Omar
first. Took me a
believes
few
in mermaid.
watches,
I know
but
he loves
when
mermaid.
it
He
is
got the
slowed
mermaid
down,
tattoo.
keep your eye on the right-hand side of the screen.
Oh
A
wow.
creepy humanoid figure breaches the water before slipping back down below and presumably swimming to the left side of the boat because the sailor reacts, moving to the other side, trying to keep his eye on the thing. This was supposedly leaked footage from the UK Coast Guard. They've been searching for a man who'd gone overboard.
Yeah,
Whatever
he
they
does have a
spotted
mermaid
here, though,
tattoo.
was clearly not human. The speed of this thing, the way it moves, the glowing eyes, very unsettling. This is a pretty creepy video. It was filmed in what looks like a lake. I'm not sure where, but a dude is filming himself swimming around in the murky water. He comes up to get some air, and when he dives back down, we hear this loud growling sound. Take a
Wow.
listen to this.
What the heck? That's got to be a
The
goldfish.
idea of swimming out in the lake alone and then ducking your head down underwater to see and hear that, yeah, that's a no.
Yeah, I'd never
thank
go
you.
swimming
I'd be
again.
out of the water so
I know,
fast,
right?
or I'd just have a heart attack and I would drown. Instead, cameraman decides to follow this thing, though. Again, it's really effective. The sound here, the murkiness of the water, it just adds some real creep factor to the whole thing. This isn't the type of mermaid video where you're in this beautiful, blue water and it's all gorgeous
And start singing.
different. Finally, the guy comes back up out of
Under
the
the
water
sea.
and we
Yeah.
see this. What do you think of this one? Real or hoax? Let us know down in the comments. Can you describe what's going on here?
You're not convinced with
Something's
that one?
definitely in the water. This video doesn't look doctored to me. As for what it is, though, I have no idea.
What the
I
video
don't have
behind
any
him?
info on this clip. I don't know where it was filmed, or I don't know who the original uploader is.
But
People
see,
are
this is the
pretty
thing, you can't
divided
even
in
see
the
it,
comments
though.
too. A couple people say it looks like something eating a seal. Others say an otter, crocodile, snake, Nessie, and of course, possible mermaid sighting. There are also a lot of comments that are just hearts or like laughing emojis for some reason. Are those the feelings you get watching something weird undulating underwater? Like, oh. People are people okay? This next story comes to us from Reddit from a now deleted user. He worked as a fisherman though and wrote the following. I've debated posting this for a while. I used to run deep sea charters out of Valdez, mostly halibut and black cod. Commercial and sport. Not much spooks me. I've seen weird lights, heard things I can't explain, but chalked it up to fatigue or whiskey. What happened in
Whiskey?
2014 still bothers me. It was just me, an old-timer, Bobby, and a deckhand, Reed. We were about 100 miles offshore. Calm water, overcast skies, quiet. Around 2 a.m., Reed comes up from the stern and says, "You hear that? We killed the engine," and sure enough, there it is. This faint, echoing singing from somewhere out on the water. A woman's voice, slow and drawn out. It didn't sound recorded.
A
It
siren?
sounded wet, like it was coming from beneath us. That's when Bobby starts walking toward the edge of the deck, like he's in a daze. I grab his jacket before he leans over. He looks at me like I just woke him up from a dream. Says it felt like someone was humming right next to his ear. The singing stopped after maybe 5 minutes. We didn't say much the rest of the
They didn't
trip.
record it
I've
though.
worked these waters
Yeah, I hear
20
that.
years. That's the only night
Yeah, I
I've
hear it.
ever felt like we weren't alone out there. This next video comes out of France. Apparently,
Man,
a
your
diving
mean
instructor
face.
decided to scrub through security
I
camera
heard that.
footage after hearing something. So we see a woman walk in wearing nothing but a towel. She then dives into the water, pretty normal so far, aside from the fact that the woman kind of reminds me of the ghost girl from The Ring. But then the water starts to bubble and churn, like something's happening under there. That's when we see the water start overflowing out of the pool. This woman is having quite the swim. Then we cut to security camera down below and see what looks like a webbed hand press up against the glass enclosure. This is a pretty effective video. Definitely gets the imagination going.
Yeah.
Is it real though?
No,
I'm gonna go ahead
I don't think
and
it's
let
real.
you
That's
be
like
the judge.
Splash.
This has become a rather well-known
The movie
piece of
Splash.
footage taken in 2013 off the coast of Mallorca, Spain.
A real old
It has
movie.
some people convinced that a real mermaid was captured on camera that day.
I
A
remember
tourist
that movie.
filming from a boat
Huh.
caught something unusual perched on a rocky outcrop near the shore. Now, at first glance, it looks like some kind of sea creature with long
Yeah, I
fish-like
see it right
tail, a
there.
bluish tint.
Right down
but
there.
what is
There
it
it is.
doing out of the water? And when you get a closer look,
Getting a
Sunbathing.
tan because it's too
stranger
blue.
upper body
Sunbathing.
seems oddly human.
Yeah,
With 2 arms and a rounded head. At first, it looks motionless, almost
I
like
remember
a
that
statue.
movie. Yeah,
but then
it's
it
a good movie
moves.
though. I like
so,
it.
what's really going on here? Could this be proof
With Tom
that
Hanks
mermaids
and I forgot
exist?
the
Is it
lady's
an elaborate
name.
hoax, some clever
Isn't
CGI,
that,
or just someone in a
Carol
costume?
Hannah?
Let us know what you think.
Yeah,
This
I think
man's
so.
seen
I
and
think so.
heard some very eerie stuff while out on the water. Brian Coleman is a fisherman from New Bedford, Massachusetts, going by Sauce90 on TikTok.
I've
He's
seen this
posted
one.
some pretty eerie
I've seen this
videos
his
on
video.
there, most of them having to do with unsettling things that he sees or hears out at sea late at night. In this first clip, he captures something swimming near the surface of the water at a pretty solid clip, keeping up with the boat. But this next part is where it gets really eerie. It's late at night, and now he starts hearing this haunting cry, almost like a siren's call, coming from somewhere out in the waves.
I hear him. Where's she at? What the f is
Yeah.
that noise, bro?
Yeah, I do
It's
remember hearing that
cool
before.
actually seeing something like this. You
I do
really get a
remember
sense of
hearing that.
why
It's like
so
you've
many
seen that
sailors
video
back
before,
in the
too.
day would spin tales of strange encounters they had out at sea, and what they could only assume were ghostly cries of mermaids luring them into the water. If you didn't know any better, that's exactly what you'd probably think too. A lot of commenters say this is most likely the sound of orcas though, but all the same, it's this
Does
pretty
orcas do that
eerie,
for real?
haunting
Those kind of
sound.
sounds?
Now, fake mermaid videos are a dime a dozen.
Yeah, sounds
You
strange.
see a lot of AI ones these days, a lot of CG ones, but this one is very well done, and it's eerie, it's creepy. I do not like it. Imagine swinging around and feeling something slimy brush over your leg, and then seeing this pale, horrifying looking water ghoul swimming right next to you. Now, I do not think the video is real, but it's creepy all the same. The movement of the water, the quality of the costume, it looks really good. It doesn't look like CG to me. It looks like it's actually someone in a costume,
Yeah,
which
it's
makes
got,
it even
you know, they
more
have those
impressive. This
professional
looks some,
mermaids.
a bit more
Yeah, right.
dedication. And
Yeah.
I don't know where it was filmed, so the mystery behind it just adds to the eeriness. From a fisherman of Reddit comes a wild story of an encounter in Oregon. It goes as follows. This happened a few years ago off the coast of Newport, Oregon. I was working, I never know if it's Oregon or Oregon. I hear it pronounced different ways. You locals will have to let me know in the comments. Anyway, continuing on. I was working on a small trawler, a 3-man crew dragging for shrimp about 40 miles out. Around 3 a.m., I'm doing a gear check alone at the stern when I hear a splash. I figure it's a dolphin or maybe a sea lion. Nothing unusual out there. When I shine my light over the side, I catch a flash of something just under the surface.
Yeah,
Not a
that's
fish,
crazy.
not anything I recognized. It was pale with limbs. Long limbs. Honestly, it looked like a person swimming parallel to the boat, just below the waterline, head tilted up like it was watching me. I couldn't make out a face, just the shape. I called one of the guys over, but by the time he came out, it was gone. He laughed it off, told me I was overtired and fair. I didn't argue, but The rest of the night, every time I passed the stern, I had this feeling like something was pacing us underwater. I've seen some weird things in trawl nets, but nothing ever gave me that feeling.
Yeah.
We didn't catch much that trip. I didn't sleep. I still don't like working nights after that. Now, imagine you're out on the water, just fishing, enjoying the day, when suddenly something huge breaches the water. Something like this. Patricia and her fiance Dave were fishing near Sanibel, Florida on October 6th of 2013 when they spotted whatever that was. They said it was at least 20 feet long, cutting through the waves at high speed before breaching the surface and
What was
twisting
that?
around, almost like it had wrapped itself around something before vanishing again. The video uploaded to the Residual Payments YouTube channel is unsettling for a couple reasons. First, the movement in the water starts.
All right, I got a surprise for y'all. Hopefully, is he there yet? Let's try it. Donnie. Is that my boy Donnie? Is he on there?
I can't hear you guys. I may have to leave and come back in. I don't know what's going on.
We can hear you right now.
We can hear you.
I can't hear you guys. I'll have to leave and come back. I don't know what's going on, so give me just a few minutes.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Amy is doing really good. She's working still. She's trying to get her things situated so she can come back to do YouTube.
On the left side, and then out of nowhere, something much further away bursts to the surface. So what are we looking at here? Is it two creatures, or worse, is it just one really big, fast-moving animal? Little Mermaid, more like the Chunker Mermaid.
Yeah.
Next Disney classic. Now, what really sells the footage is the reaction from Patricia and Dave. You can hear them in the background, and they
How
sound
about Donnie? Can you hear us?
Out.
I
These
can
aren't
hear you guys
tourists
now.
mistaking a dolphin for a
Awesome.
monster. They're
Welcome
Florida
back,
natives
my
who spent their
brother.
whole
How have you been?
I've been good, guys.
Man, we miss
Good
you
to see you.
so much.
Man, I miss being here, and it's always hard. As you see, I'm sitting in bed right now, but I mean, I don't even have my shed like cleaned out for me to be able to stream in there right now. Life is hectic. We are going 24/7. Kids started sports, so we're always on the go to practice, and it's just filled with mysteries at this, at this moment.
Gotcha. That's awesome, man. Everybody's saying hi and welcome back and stuff like that. So, man, it's awesome, man. I mean, yeah, we talk here and there, on the phone and stuff, but it feels good just to see your pretty face.
Oh, thank you.
So
No,
today,
it's good to be back, man. I can't promise I'll be back every week, but I intend in the next few weeks to get in the shed cleaned back out and getting back in there.
yeah, no problem, man. There's no hurry, but hurry.
Face, what's good, Pam?
Yeah. So we are watching mermaids today.
Okay.
I mean, it's actually an hour and 21 minutes long. So if you can't stay that long, we understand. So, I know you got a hectic schedule sometimes. So, who said?
Oh yeah, Florida. Look at that, Florida. It's got to be 12 inches for me to be able to. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys. I haven't spoken to you guys in so long. I'm actually donating my hair. So it's got to be 12 inches. I'm growing it an extra 3 inches to give them a total of 15, and then I want 3 inches left. So my hair has to be a total length of 18 inches before I can cut. So,
wow.
I have rules. You know what I'm saying?
Or don't have hair at all like me. So,
Yeah, I have to go with the 3 inches too, because if I shave it all off, it might not grow back.
Yeah, it's the same way with my beard. Same way with my beard. I gotta grow at least 18 inches before I cut it off, and
Yeah.
Oh, cool! Wow, awesome. That's awesome. Okay, awesome. All right, here we go.
whole lives around the water.
This is all about
They
Donnie,
were adamant that this thing was not a dolphin
Mr.
or
Mermaid.
manatee. Whatever they saw that day left them completely baffled. Eerie sounds from the depths of the sea have been reported since the early days of exploration, and sightings of mermaids go back just as far. Today, we're diving into some of the unsettling sounds of the sea that might just be linked
That's a trip,
to the
though.
legends of mermaids.
And people actually do
Haunting
that
melodies that lure
professionally,
sailors to
being
bizarre
a mermaid.
noises recorded in the depths of the ocean. These are unsettling sounds
Look
of
at that.
mermaids that scientists are trying to translate.
Like I don't know though,
Legends
because
have long depicted mermaids as
Huh?
I feel like there's only 10% of the world's oceans explored, right?
Right.
Roughly 10%.
Yeah, just
What do
about.
we
Yeah.
know? Like, what don't we know that's out there? If we know as many mammals and sea creatures that exist now, like imagine what's out there we haven't seen. So, I mean, I don't know if those were costumes, but they did pretty good at it.
I mean, they're obviously that was a costume, the one that female floating there. But I'm trying to, like you said, yeah, 10% of the ocean has only been, you know, explored. But every day they're discovering new mammals, new fishes, and even in the jungles they only explore like 20% of it, and they come up with new stuff as well. So yeah, I mean, I don't know about mermaid, but I believe in crazy freaking fish or something like that.
Hey, ET.
ET, what's up, my brother?
It
And
looks good.
how you call it? And if it's a mermaid, if there
Really?
really are mermaids, the water would put your skin like prune. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever put your hand in the water, right? And you're there for a while, and then when you take it off, it's like wrinkled. So yeah, that's how it's gonna be.
sirens of the sea, luring sailors with
That's
their
crazy.
beautiful
That looks
songs.
scary as
The
heck.
idea of mermaids singing haunting melodies dates back centuries and spans across different cultures. So really, sound is one of the most integral parts of mermaid lore. In many tales, their voices are described as both enchanting and unsettling, able to draw people into the depths of the ocean.
King John,
sometimes
what's up,
never to
man?
be seen again. Take the
King
famous
John?
story of the sirens from Greek mythology, for instance. These creatures sang irresistible songs that led
We are
sailors to
watching
shipwreck on
Florida,
mermaid
Florida.
videos.
Similarly, in Irish folklore, the Marrow, a mermaid-like creature, was known for her beautiful voice,
I mean,
often depicted as singing.
do you
while
guys believe
combing her
in
hair on the
in,
rocks.
in
But
mermaids?
not all mermaid songs are sweet and melodic. Some are described as mournful or eerie. But are these stories just myths and
Are
legends, or
these
could there
stories?
be some truth to them? The ocean is vast, mysterious, and most of it is unexplored. So let's talk about some of the eeriest unexplained sounds.
Yeah,
in
saltwater
more
is
modern
different
times.
compared to freshwater. I mean, it's true, but
One of the most
it's still
unnerving
water.
sounds ever
It's still
recorded in our oceans is known as the
wrinkled
upsweep,
you up.
which has earned its place on the NOAA's list of unidentified underwater
Bad Rican Town
noises,
is
and for
awesome.
good reason.
I
First
mean,
heard
I had a
back in
great day today with
1991,
my
the
wife.
upsweep is
We
a
went
series of
hiking,
high-pitched
so it was
sounds
cool,
that
man. It was
rise in
cool.
frequency,
Had a great day
almost
tomorrow.
like an eerie musical
It's gonna be even
scale
better day,
going
but
up and up. Just imagine listening to it while alone on a boat.
I'm
in
gonna
the
have to
vast
get rid of some of
Pacific
my
Ocean.
Batman next
You wouldn't technically
tomorrow.
be able to hear it without fancy equipment, but let's just
Yeah,
say you did have some for some reason.
I'm
It'd be
making
pretty
room
unnerving.
for something really
Scientists
nice.
have some theories as to what made the sound, but none are definitive answers. Some think it could be related to geological activity. Others imagine it being the calls of unknown creatures deep in the abyss. The biotwang. This sound was recorded in 2014 in the
Biotwang.
depths of the Mariana Trench, which already makes this one
Glad
pretty
Donnie
creepy.
decided
Just
to
the
visit
thought
us.
of hearing
Yeah.
something from the deepest, darkest parts
Did I
of the
just hear that
ocean
say
makes the
twang?
sound feel extra eerie.
Huh?
When scientists first
Did
picked
they
up
just
the
say
biotwang,
twang
they
at the
were
end of that word?
pretty puzzled. The
I think
sound has a
so.
strange, almost mechanical quality to it,
I
which
think
is
it did
why
say
it was
that.
given the name Western
Must be Southern.
biotwang. Sharon Newkirk, a senior faculty research assistant in
What the
marine
heck? Is
bioacoustics
she on
at
the
Oregon
floor?
State
Or?
University, described it
Right.
as, quote, very distinct. She pointed out that the low frequency moaning part is typical of baleen whales, but that twangy part really sets
Yeah,
it
twangy.
apart from anything else. In fact, it's rare to find new vocalizations from baleen whales. So what exactly could have made the noise? Is it an odd call from a whale, or could
But
it be
isn't
something
a
else?
whale make
I'm
those
not so sure the noise
whoa,
fits with
something
what
like
we
that?
typically imagine
Like
mermaids
a
sounding like, but
like
who
Dory.
the
You
hell
ever seen
knows?
Yeah.
Finding
I was
Nemo?
gonna
Next
say
up,
like
we have the
Dory.
whistle. On August 7th, 1997, something bizarre got picked up by
Yeah.
a single hydrophone, which is like an underwater microphone. The source of the sound, dubbed the whistle, has still never been identified. It's this ultra low frequency noise that sounds kind of like a whistle, but really deep and eerie. Picture the sound you'd make if you
That guy
blew
looked like he
air
was
through a
getting high.
tiny gap between your lips, but imagine that echoing through the
Maybe a
depths
little
of
bit.
the ocean.
Yeah.
Despite tons of research and speculation, nobody knows for sure what made this noise. Some say it could be a new type of marine animal communicating in a way we haven't figured out yet, like a mermaid.
You don't say.
Recorded
Yeah.
back in 1997, the slowdown sound is a series of low frequency sounds that rise and fall in a rhythmic pattern. Check it out. It's very haunting. It sounds almost like a subway train pulling into the station, except deep underwater. It's definitely not a sound you'd want to hear if you were out on
Hold
the
on.
water alone. Scientists have never
They're
been
picking
able
up
to
some weird
100%
sounds.
determine what it is. Some think it might be related to
Sounds
natural
a sick
geological activity, movements in the Earth's crust, or underwater volcanic eruptions, but some think it could be a vocalization from an unknown marine creature. Interestingly, the sound wasn't only recorded once. Since 1997, it's been heard a handful of times each year, which raises even more questions about what could be making this noise. Is it a natural phenomenon, or is there something deeper in the ocean producing these sounds?
Have they ever heard what was the bloop?
From a
The
now
bloop?
deleted Reddit user
Remember that
comes a
sound, the
story
bloop,
about an
or something
experience
like
a
that they
man
call it?
had while at the beach.
Have they ever
He
found out
writes,
what
I'm posting
caused
here
that?
because I don't know where else to post and ask about this. I was at the beach with some family. My daughter and I were in the water, maybe 100 yards or so offshore. I was maybe 15 feet out past her when I heard this noise. The only way I can describe it is radar, sonar-ish. It was deep, and I felt it. I've been around the ocean my whole life, 40 years, and never heard anything like
Probably
this.
a ghost whale.
Then I heard it again. I swam back to her and asked if she heard it. She said yes. I told her to mimic the sound, and she did. Then it happened one more time, and then a young guy yells over, "Did you hear that? That's scary." Is it possible, hypothetically, that if a submarine is offshore but close, you could hear it and feel the instruments? Otherwise, I have no explanation.
Were they in the water?
Sticking with
while
Reddit
the
for a
sound was
minute,
going?
one user named Crazy Prior 5350 asked people to share some of the weirdest or creepiest sounds people had heard at sea. One user commented, "I've heard singing and speaking voices that didn't belong to anyone on the boat. It was just a little louder than a whisper, basically just loud enough that it was understandable. Everyone else heard it too, but it was oddly comforting instead of creepy." And yeah, this sounds a lot like the types of legends of mermaid sounds
I mean, it's
discussed
cool that
at the
he's
top of the
talking
video,
about
doesn't
it. The
And
thing
other
is,
commenters agreed. But one
why
commenter
didn't
did
record
say
it? I
its
want to hear
sound
it.
travels really
And
easily
then
on
she
water,
says, I
which
know
is
what you
true.
mean, but
To which
can't
the
let
user responded, "It has happened a few times with the boat I'm on being the only one in eyesight, but I usually chalk it up to stuff like that. Unless my nieces or nephews hear it too, then I say it's
I don't know why
mermaids
they
or
don't
something."
let us hear the sounds anytime.
The Arctic ping was a mysterious noise reported in 2016 near a small Inuit hamlet called Igloolik in Nunavut. Hunters in the area began to notice this strange pinging noise coming from the Fury and Hecla Strait, which is about 75 miles northwest of their community. What made the sound especially concerning wasn't just how odd it was, it actually seemed to be having a negative effect on the wildlife. The hunters found that the noise seemed to be scaring away the sea mammals that they rely on for food. The sound appeared to be originating from the sea floor. But it wasn't just a few locals hearing these sounds. It got serious enough that they
Do
had
they
to call
get
the military
scared and get
to
out the
investigate.
water,
The
or they don't
military
go back in
claimed
the
they
water,
couldn't
or what?
find
Maybe it
any
is right.
concrete source of this pinging. So, what are some possible explanations? Well, aside from
I'm just
mermaids, of
looking at the
course,
20
that's obvious.
$20
One
bills.
theory that was floating around was that Greenpeace activists might have been causing it, trying to
That
scare
you,
off
Donnie?
animals to protect them from hunters.
Pulling me.
This next underwater
We
sound
do
is
talk.
still yet to be fully explained. Some think it may have been caused by
I
an
heard that.
iceberg,
So I
but
thought
either
it was
way,
Jesse
still
talking
a
to Scott.
super haunting recording. The eerie sound
I
has been
I heard
dubbed
like a
Julia, and
Munchkin
was
voice
captured
on
by the
something.
National Oceanic and
Oh no, it wasn't
Atmospheric
me.
Administration. When the NOAA placed hydrophones deep in the ocean, they unexpectedly picked up this low frequency sound resembling a haunting, almost ghostly moan. A lot of
A
people who
ghostly
listen to this
moan.
think that there's
Let's
something
hear it.
Is that-
so alive
Is
about the
that
sound.
echo
It's
coming
like
from
something
me?
only a living creature
Probably.
could make. And yeah, to me, totally sounds like some sort of large sea creature or maybe a mermaid type animal.
Man,
don't know
I
what
would
it
be
is about
so
underwater
scared to go
recordings.
in the
There's
ocean
something
like
so
that
unsettling about them.
when whales
I
are
guess the way the
around.
sound carries underwater. You know, they have this very
Say, Barry,
spacey,
you should
ethereal
go
quality about them.
investigate
I
this
also
thing.
think that's
There's no
just
way
the
I'm gonna go
fear of
into
the
the
unknown.
ocean
We
and
picture
investigate.
ourselves submerged
Oh, come on.
in the
Oh,
expanse
I
of the
can't
dark
say that.
depths of the sea
I was gonna
before hearing a
go to
low,
Ocean Gate. They send
Okay,
droning,
people down.
dog.
lonely hum
Yeah.
from something lurking in the distance.
Okay, dog.
Just creepy. The bloop is a famous underwater sound that has still yet to be 100% identified.
The bloop, that's
so
the one.
National Oceanic and Atmospheric
You
Administration
hear that sound a lot in the
was
water?
doing their thing. They were monitoring underwater sounds in the
You hear it?
Pacific Ocean when they came across this
Bloop.
eerie recording. The bloop was like nothing they had
Let's see if
ever
they show it.
before. It was this crazy low frequency noise that lasted for an entire minute. People were going nuts trying to figure out what could have made such a sound.
Play it.
Of course, wild theories started flying around. Some
Whale
thought
burp.
it was some kind of massive sea creature, like a supersized
Whale burp.
version of Nessie or Kraken. Others were convinced that maybe it was aliens because, you know, when we don't know what something is, it's got to be a ghost or aliens, right? But as it turns out, the NOAA
Is that true, guys?
scientists
If
had
we
a
don't
more
know, could it be?
down-to-earth explanation. They reckon that the blue
I
was
believe the
caused by
Kraken more
huge
than
chunk of
the
ice
first
breaking
one.
up
Yeah,
from
it
the
might be
glacier
Kraken.
and falling into the ocean. You know,
Maybe
scientists
a
are always
Yeti or
trying to
something.
ruin the fun. I still like to think it's a sea creature. And again, the sea, the ocean, it's vast.
Have you ever wondered if mermaids truly roam our oceans? Get ready to dive into the most convincing mermaid sightings ever caught on tape. From
All right,
mysterious
let's get-
creatures lurking beneath
get your
shipwrecks
popcorn.
to enchanting beings swimming alongside dolphins. These jaw-dropping
You thought you heard the
videos
song
will
Blue
make you
Moon.
question what lies beneath the surface. Join us as we explore these incredible encounters and uncover
Oh,
the
that's
secrets of the
fake,
deep.
straight up.
Starting off this list in our number 10 spot, we have the Minnesota Mermaid. Imagine this. A tranquil day by a Minnesota lakeside takes a wild turn when an Australian tourist captures something extraordinary on camera. Men dressed in bright yellow hazmat suits rush to the shore, carefully handling a mysterious figure with a shimmering green tail. The sunlight dances off the
Where?
scales as they lift it
Oh,
from
I
the
see
water's
it. I
edge,
see it.
the tail flicking ever so slightly. Could this be one of the most convincing mermaid sightings ever caught on tape? The contrast of the hazmat suits against the natural backdrop only deepens the mystery. What could possibly require such caution and such secrecy?
They got a
As
big
the footage
old fish.
spreads, it leaves everyone buzzing with excitement and questions. Have we finally caught a real glimpse of the legendary creatures that have captivated our imaginations for centuries?
You have BO,
Man, that
right?
scared me.
I mean, let's face it, we all do. But BO, it's not your fault. All BO isn't your fault either. So why do we do
Number 9 spot today, we have the mermaid on a rock. Soaring above the shimmering Mediterranean waters of Israel, an aerial camera captures a moment that has mermaid enthusiasts buzzing worldwide. Amidst the rolling
CGI.
ocean waves, a solitary
That
rock
is
stands
CGI, all that,
defiantly,
look at that.
and there, defying all expectations, a graceful mermaid makes her appearance. With
All
her
the bills in the
iridescent
drawer.
green tail glistening under the sun, she scuttles confidently across the rocky surface before plunging back into into the
That
depths
does
with
not
a
look real.
splash that ripples through the water. The video, though very brief, is astonishingly clear, making it one of the most
You think
convincing
so?
mermaid
The
sightings
form
ever
alligator?
caught on tape. Could this enchanting creature be a real inhabitant of our oceans, or is it just an elaborate hoax fueled by our love for mythical legends? As the footage began to circulate online, it ignited debates and it fueled the imagination, leaving
That's a
us
good
all
CGI
wondering
though.
if the
A little
age-old
lizard.
tales
There's a
of mermaids
salamander.
might just hold a
Yeah.
hint of truth after all. In our number 8 spot today, we have the swimming with dolphins.
That sound
Okay,
makes
this video
scares
is
me.
giving major Ariel vibes, and it is exactly how I would like to picture a mermaid should they really be out there
What
lurking in
the-
our oceans. In this mesmerizing footage, a stunning
You seen
mermaid
that?
glides gracefully
That look
alongside a
crazy.
playful pod of dolphins, their sleek bodies moving in perfect harmony through the waves. At one thrilling moment, they all leap out of the water together, silhouetted against the horizon, making it hard to believe what your eyes are seeing. Filmed by an avid marine enthusiast, this video blurs the line between myth and reality, sparking debates. Could these enchanting creatures really
Wow, look at
coexist
that.
with our beloved
Oh
marine
snap! I didn't even
mammals,
see the
or
face.
is this just an elaborate illusion crafted to revive
I thought it was
ancient
one of
sea legends?
trolls
As the
thing.
video continues to
AD, what's
circulate
going on,
online,
buddy?
it
I'm gonna have
definitely leaves
nightmares.
us all
AD.
wondering. In our number 7 spot today, we have
You
GoPro
gonna
on
have
a shark.
nightmares?
GoPro on a shark. Those are a few words I never thought I'd be putting together into a sentence, but it happened and it caught something insane. This video shows some fishermen, of course, putting a GoPro onto a shark and then releasing the shark to see what it captures. This is, I mean, a crazy
How'd
but
you get
super
the info
interesting
after
idea,
that?
but I'm sure no one expected what it was going to catch.
Right?
The video
Gotta
is
catch-
a bit
gotta
murky
catch that shark
considering
again.
this really
Yeah.
is just a
That's a
shark
good,
POV video, but this murkiness is
the
exactly
video
what
remotely,
makes
I guess.
every movement feel mysterious and unpredictable. As the camera starts recording, something extraordinary happens. Amidst the shadows and swirling currents, faint, graceful figures begin to move alongside the shark. These silhouettes resemble the legendary mermaids we've all heard about,
Wow, that
elegant
looks
tails
crazy.
flickering and flowing as they navigate the underwater world
AD,
with
how you
ease.
been
This
doing,
brief
man?
but captivating footage
Whoa,
has
that is
quickly become
scary as
one of
heck.
the most convincing mermaid sightings ever caught. Could these enchanting beings really
I'm
share the
not
depths
gonna
with
have
these
nightmares
powerful
about mermaids.
sharks, or is it
That is
just a
weird,
trick
though.
of
Do
the
you see,
light
the
and
form,
water? In our number 6 spot today, we have the
form,
shipwreck.
whatever
Imagine
they are?
plunging into the shadowy
What are you
depths of a
fearing of?
sunken
Eat
ship
shark
where
for
every creak
breakfast.
and ripple
Wait,
tells a
what?
story of forgotten
Better yet,
voyages.
they
In
eat you
this
for
convincing
breakfast.
footage, an intrepid
Right?
explorer documents their underwater adventure
I don't know
with
if I
a
could do
steady
that. Be
hand.
diving
As
in
they
shipwrecks.
navigate the
I think I
eerie
have.
shipwreck,
I
schools
think I
of
have
fish
some of that.
scatter
What is
through
it
the
called?
murky water,
Submicrophobia.
and suddenly one fish appears to be struck by a spear. Just when you think the suspense can't build anymore, a flash of movement catches the camera's eye. A swift, half-humanoid creature darts through the wreckage, snatching the fish with lightning speed before disappearing into the
I couldn't
darkness.
even
This fleeting glimpse of what
tell
some describe as a marine
if that was
alien
a mermaid or
species
not. It could have been
blurs
a
the
shark.
line between legend and reality, leaving viewers mesmerized and questioning what truly lies beneath the waves. Could this mysterious being be
something in the
living
background.
proof that mermaids or other
Like
mysterious
music.
sea creatures are in fact real? In our number 5 spot today, we have the mermaid POV. Okay, we've already had a shark POV on this list today, but now we've got a video from the POV of an actual mermaid. I guess this video is like what would happen if mermaids could go live. Imagine diving into the deep blue from the very eyes of a mermaid herself. This video immerses you into an underwater world like no other. The footage starts with an intimate close-up of delicate neck gills, subtly moving as the mermaid breathes beneath the surface. Her graceful hands glide through the water, fingers trailing along vibrant coral and swaying
I'll go
seaweed,
with
showcasing an elegance that
to
feels
displays
almost
that we can-
otherworldly. As she
might have
navigates
to
through the
get
ocean
shot
currents, the camera
beforehand.
captures her seamless movements, blending effortlessly with the surrounding marine life. Every moment is filled with wonder, making you question whether these enchanting beings truly exist or if it's all just an elaborate
That water looks good,
illusion
though.
crafted by nature's
I gotta
magic.
admit, the
Could
water
this
looks
POV
good.
footage be the real proof that we've been searching for. In our number 4 spot today, we have the Zimbabwe
They gotta
mermaid.
cut that sound.
Imagine strolling along the tranquil waters beneath a bridge in
BT's
Zimbabwe
Donnie,
when suddenly
get
something
with me sometime,
extraordinary
bro.
catches your eye. In this video, the camera swiftly zooms in to reveal a mesmerizing mermaid-like
That's the same one we
creature
just saw
perched
earlier.
gracefully on a rocky shore. Her shimmering tail
Me
flicks
too,
in
I'll
the
definitely
sunlight as
catch it
she
though.
moves from one rock to another, showcasing
He's
a
just
blend
standing,
of creepy
just sitting there
movements and a
smoking a
ton of
cigarette.
mystery. In the background, another figure can be
Who's that?
seen moving
Look,
by
look,
the
look.
pillars of the bridge, making this a rare time when
Look, look, look,
possibly
look, look.
two
Hold on, there was
mermaids were
another one
caught
there.
on tape at the
Yeah.
same time.
There was
As
another
the
one
mermaid
there.
swings her tail and hops onto different rocks, her
The
movements are
movement.
so unhuman-like that
Yeah,
it
the
leaves
movements are
a
really
creepy
weird.
feeling behind. Just as quickly as she appears,
Look, look,
she
look.
slips behind the bridge, leaving viewers
That's another
wondering
one right
if
there.
they've witnessed a
Yeah.
true legend or an elaborate illusion. Could this
So,
enchanting creature truly inhabit the waters of
Let's go
Zimbabwe,
I would say it's
or is it a
AI, but I
stunning
think that
glimpse
video
I'm
was
into
going
the
probably
in.
made
mythical
before
world
AI.
we've
Yeah.
always dreamed of?
I don't
In our
remember
number
the
3 spot
tail.
today, we have the siren call.
We should go fishing for mermaids, Donnie.
No, I'm good. I'll stick with shark.
This video was posted to TikTok by the user Megpie7, and it shows the call of a siren being heard. The video
Especially
starts
at
off
night.
with
Nah,
Meg just
King.
casually fishing
I
off
wouldn't
the
do
dock
that.
in the night. Meg probably thought she was going to have a nice, calm evening. Little did she know she was
What's in the
about to
AI
make
in that?
quite the
I don't
catch.
know,
The
man.
concept of the
It
siren
was
call
really
has its
messed up.
roots deep in ancient Greek mythology, where sirens
Sounds like
were
another new
depicted
channel.
as
What in the
enchanting
AI?
yet perilous creatures. Originally portrayed as part bird and part woman, sirens inhabited remote islands and were famous for their mesmerizing
I thought
songs.
siren
These
was like
alluring
ugly
melodies
women
were so
singing
captivating
or
that they would
something.
lure sailors off course, causing them to crash their
I don't
ships
know if they're
onto rocky
ugly.
shores. One of the most
They're
famous
they're
tales
supposed to
involving
like
sirens
lure
is found in
you
Homer's
Yeah, I
out.
thought they were
Odyssey,
just
where
going
the
to lure
hero
you to your
Odysseus
death, pretty
ordered
much.
his crew to
Yeah.
plug their ears with
And I
beeswax
guess don't
and
they
have
eat you?
himself tied to
They
the
eat
mast
you?
to
That's what I was just
safely
gonna say. What
navigate
would you
past
do
the
if once they get
siren's
you in the freaking
irresistible
water?
song. Over time,
I'm not
the
sure.
image of
They
sirens
might
has
eat you, or
evolved,
I
often
think they just
blending with
want to see
mermaid
you die.
folklore to become
I don't
more
know.
human-like,
Oh God,
featuring
that's
beautiful
horrible.
women with fishtails. This is all to say that what this video captures is pretty insane and might really be something that is the stuff of legends. In our number 2 spot today, we have the real mermaid. I'll be honest, this video doesn't really have me totally convinced, but I couldn't leave it out of this list today. This video was posted to YouTube, and it just features some guys hanging out at what looks like some kind of freshwater river. They start off the video by saying that they are on a mermaid hunt and that this specific body of water always draws them in. Maybe it's the siren call that they're unknowingly hearing.
Nah.
Before long, they turn the camera toward the water, and one of the men points out what we
Bird
are
woman,
all
how
waiting
lovely.
to see. Just beneath the surface of the water, you can see
That's
the
so
silhouette
fake.
of a mermaid as she
If
glides
you
on
seen
by.
that, the top of the
men
water,
quickly
there's
make
no
quips
wave.
about how it's strange to see such a creature in a freshwater setting as opposed to the
Hmm.
usual salt water we would expect. But to be honest, does it really matter when we're talking about a fictional creature? Probably not, but I can
That's
definitely
about the
appreciate the
fakest
attention.
Well,
video
maybe
I
they're
ever
like
seen.
salmon.
Finally, in our
Maybe
number
they're
1
like
spot
salmon,
today,
you
we
know?
have the
They're fresh
Australian Barrier
salmon.
Reef.
Salt water.
Imagine diving into the vibrant, kaleidoscopic waters of the Great Barrier Reef, where every coral formation bursts
Dang,
with
that looks
color and
beautiful.
life. As schools of tropical fish weave through the swaying sea anemones, a graceful figure glides into view. A stunning mermaid with a shimmering tail that mirrors the reef's brilliant hues. Her movements are fluid and mesmerizing, seamlessly
Oh, I
blending
see
with
it.
the surrounding marine life as she swims gracefully past intricate coral structures. The video, captured by an awe-inspired snorkeler, perfectly
I was
balances
just
the
gonna say,
natural
who took
beauty
the
of the
video?
reef with the mysterious allure of this mythical creature. Could this be real proof that mermaids share these pristine waters with us, or is it just a trick of light and perspective? As the footage spread across social media, it sparked debate, keeping the legend of mermaids alive and more captivating than ever. Whether a genuine glimpse into a hidden world or a stunning piece of underwater artistry, this video
I heard.
continues to inspire our
I'll
dreams
probably
of
check
what
that out
lies
much
beneath
later though.
the surface.
In the mid 1900s, a crab fishing crew went out off the coast
Hold on,
of
they're
Florida
showing this
on
again?
a voyage.
But see,
Towards
there's
the
another
tail
one
end of the
behind it.
storm, one of the crew members noticed a strange creature that had washed up on the back of the deck. As he
Is
got
that
a
you,
closer
Donnie?
look, he realized it was some kind of a mermaid-esque creature
I
laying
don't
there
know.
unconscious. He told the others, and then they grabbed it and put it in a spare crab tank on board.
From footage of mermaid-like creatures washed up on shore to stories of encounters with aggressive water creatures in Zimbabwe, these are real mermaid sightings deep-sea fishermen can't explain.
I think it would make sense if
Always cool to
if there
see
was
a
mermaids, if
wash show with
they would
fishes
have
in it,
teeth like that.
unless, of course, it looks like this.
You know?
This is a pretty horrifying
Look
image,
at
real
Yeah.
or
what
not.
the
And I gotta say,
frickin'
it does look pretty realistic.
Other
You'll
fish
notice the
have-
creature's jaw even moves slightly
Yeah,
like
fish
it's
like,
breathing or
fish like
attempting
that,
to
teeth.
breathe.
Yeah.
Whatever
Right.
it is, it doesn't look like it's doing very well.
Yeah, it is creepy
health-wise.
teeth.
I think there are a lot of people who kind
I
of
don't think
wish
that's me.
mermaids
I
and
made
mermen
sure
were
there was
real. You know,
nothing on my
beautiful
phone.
people gliding through the water, singing pretty
AD.
songs at night, luring sailors down into the dark.
That's a mer
blackish
person
depths of the
to be
sea,
po-
never to be seen again. I would
totally
not be
correct.
getting lured anywhere by this ugly monstrosity, though. So this is a very strange video. Supposedly it comes out of Kenya, but I've heard it
Kenya.
coming from other parts of Africa too, so I'm not 100% certain. In the video, we clearly see what looks to be a young mermaid-like being washed up on a beach surrounded by
I remember
onlookers.
seeing this one.
It's clear that
Yeah,
the
I
supposed
think that was
mermaid
fake because
is
I
actually
think
on
her
camera.
body was
This is
on
a real
like
person. The
her
question
like
is
her
whether
legs
they're
were
a
in the
real
sand,
mermaid or just
and then they put
a person with a fish
the fish
attached
part
to their
Sea turtle,
body.
yeah,
And
it looks
that's
like a sea
almost
turtle or
definitely
something.
Yeah.
the case, but
yeah,
what
like a
creeps
sea
me
turtle,
out
right?
about this video is why it exists. I just have so many questions about this thing. There's just something very uncomfortable about this footage.
Maybe that's-
Why was this
Or
created?
maybe it's a
Who is the
catfish trying to eat a
person
whole
they've
person.
attached to this fish? Are they okay? And just what the hell is the music the uploader has added to the footage? It doesn't fit at all.
Looks like a
It
dummy.
just
No,
makes the
it's
whole
actually a
thing
real
even
person.
more strange and unsettling.
I've seen that video before.
During World War II, strange sightings were reported in the key islands of Indonesia, where Japanese soldiers stationed there encountered what they described as mermaids or mermaid-like creatures. Local villagers familiar with these creatures called them orang ikan or
That
manfish.
can't be
They
no
were said to
stupid.
stand at just under 5 feet tall, with
Manfish.
pink salmon-colored skin, spikes along their spine and neck,
the
and a
picture.
mouth resembling that of a carp.
Mm.
Instead of a fishtail, they had long arms and
Looks like my
frog-like
brother.
Really,
so
Timu
they're
10?
basically the
Top
creature
10?
from the Five Lagoon. The soldiers claimed to have spotted the creatures
Let me see.
both in
My
and
title?
out
You talking
of
my
water.
title?
One story came from a troop exploring a lagoon who saw one of the things leap onto
Let me
a
see.
rock,
Where's my
facing the
phone?
soldiers, making a
So is that the inspiration for Creature from the Black
as
Lagoon?
another creature swam swiftly towards them, the soldiers fired shots at the rocks and water, but the creatures vanished before their eyes. Later, Sergeant Tero Horiba asked villagers to notify him if one of the creatures was ever captured. Eventually, the
Oh,
village
mine
chief
says
presented
amazing,
a lifeless
not Amazon.
specimen to him. The creature, about 4'9" tall,
What is it?
matched the description perfectly.
You know, I put
These photos
on the
are
title
pretty
thing. It says
famous in the world
React
of
with the
deep sea
Bat
cryptids.
featuring
They were
most
taken by a
amazing
man
top
named
10.
Jeff Leitcher in 1998.
Yeah, he says the title is right. His brain is wrong.
First documented proof that mermaids exist. It all happened about 20 minutes off
That was
the
a
coast
good
of
one, Nick.
Kauai when
AD.
Leitcher was diving with a group. While swimming with a pod of dolphins, he noticed what appeared to be a woman swimming alongside them. What caught his attention was that she was keeping up with the dolphins. Then the woman suddenly leapt out of the water, and Leitcher realized she had the lower half of a fish. The woman jumped twice before disappearing in the water, leaving the group completely stunned. Then, about an hour later, while Leitcher
I would,
was
you know what? I
photographing
wouldn't mind to
life,
see
the
if there
same
was
mermaid-like
a
creature
real
supposedly
mermaid.
brushed up against
Find
him
that.
as she
But you know, I don't want
by.
them
He
to
quickly
kill me or
snapped a few
anything.
pictures just as she turned around. I feel very lucky that I'm the one to finally prove to the world what people here have known.
I hope you won't have
Century.
nightmares
The
either.
Kaiwi Point mermaid is real, Fletcher said. In 2009, something strange started happening near Kiryat Yam, Israel. Dozens of locals claimed to see a mermaid off the shore at sunset. Over time, more and more people reported spotting the creature,
Wow.
describing it as resembling a young woman who would frequently visit the beach and perform tricks in the water.
That's pretty cool.
As the sightings gained more and more attention, the Israeli government even got involved. They offered a $1 million reward for anyone who could provide proof of the mermaid's existence. No need to capture it, just an
Sean, we got
authentic
to go,
photo
man.
would do.
Guys.
NBC sent a film crew to
I could have.
themselves at Kiryat
I
Yam
could use
Beach,
$10 million.
both above and below the water, filming around the clock. And one night, they claimed to have spotted a human figure dipping into the water before disappearing.
Yeah, we saw
That morning bears.
Made down, but they couldn't
Funny
pinpoint
lady.
the exact location. The footage was sent to Coastal Oceans Research Los Angeles for further analysis. Michael Schacht, the center's director, reviewed the footage and said, although it was possible to unequivocally determine the figure in the footage,
Morning,
it
man.
still remains a viable option. In other words, Could be the real deal, but it's not definitive. 2012, Zimbabwe
You
found itself
crazy,
caught
man.
up in a very strange case involving mermaids that had workers fleeing from their dam sites in the country. Water Resources Minister Sam
Mikey
Sipepa
Street.
Nkomo addressed the issue during a Senate committee meeting, revealing that mermaids had been
Sing to
scaring
you?
away government workers at dam sites.
I'm not a mermaid. My song will keep you up all night,
According to
not
Nkomo,
put you
the
to
workers
sleep.
were so terrified by these supposed creatures.
Come on, man. We know the song you used to sing all the time.
Traditional chiefs have been called in
Never
to
find.
exercise the mermaids believed
You know what? I kind of forgot that song.
mermaids, often described as female
That's
creatures,
Forget it.
said to frighten the workers by
Oh,
allegedly
that's an
pulling
ugly.
people under the water. In
What
response to the
the
workers' fears, Nkomo had even attempted to hire
That is
white
ter-
personnel, assuming
That's
that they
look at
would
those
be
teeth.
familiar with
Holy
the
cow!
legends, but
Terrifying.
they too then started reporting
Yeah, I think if there were mermaids, they would have teeth like that because you gotta take a bite out of a fish.
skepticism from some, obviously, including Minister Nkomo, who thought
And
that
you,
maybe
and you
the
too.
strange cases could have been caused by hazardous water.
Maybe they don't eat fish. Maybe they eat shark. You know?
Decided to
You'll
carry
never-
out traditional
Yeah.
rites to
Who
calm
knows what they eat?
A
the
true
local
love
waters.
like mine. Now I got it. I got it.
This
I got
footage
it.
comes from the Marginal Media on YouTube, who explained that he'd captured the footage while diving in the Great Barrier Reef.
Damn, that looks so
Testing out
freaking
an
cool though.
underwater
That looks
camera when he
convincing
spotted
though.
The creature, only he didn't
Piranha
realize
teeth?
what
Yeah.
he filmed until
Yeah,
later,
right.
reviewing the footage on his laptop. At the time, he'd been too busy futzing with the camera, but felt something coming
I've always
from
wanted to
behind him.
scuba dive.
He managed to shoot it, but at the time,
wanna learn
while
how to scuba
underwater
dive.
with low visibility like this, he figured what he'd seen was just a normal fish. Now
That'd
he
be
was
fine. I
adamant
think
that
there'd be
what
like
he filmed
coral
was
reef
not
and stuff like
Mhm.
that. But yeah, I can't.
like that.
I don't know. I have
He
problems
filmed
with this
it
like
in a
shipwrecks
controlled
and
environment.
That's so
like a
cool,
swimming
man.
pool.
That
He
looks
says
so
it's
real.
100%
submerged
genuine,
buildings
so
and stuff like
believe
that.
him
Kind
or
of creeps me out.
In 1809, a woman named Miss McKay from the town of Thurso in Scotland claimed to have
1809.
witnessed a
Wow.
real mermaid while walking along the beach. According to her account in the Kentish Gazette newspaper, she had an up-close view of the creature and described it in great detail, saying the face seemed plump and round, the eyes
That
and
bearded
nose were
one looks
small,
like me.
and the former were of light gray color.
Sorry,
was
I'm still
large.
here
From the
watching
shape of the
just.
jawbone, which seemed straight, the face looked
That's
short.
all good,
She also
Charmaine.
said that the mermaid's forehead, nose, and chin were white, but the side of the face was a bright pink. The mermaid's
Who actually
hair, which Miss
videotaped? I
McKay
guess they
described
would.
as thick,
I'm not even
long,
sure.
with a quote gray, oily cast, appeared to be a challenge for the creature as the waves often threw it over its face. She said the creature seemed bothered by this, frequently using both its hands to push the hair back and rub its throat, almost as if trying to remove any dirt in the water.
Ooh.
On June 4th, 1857, two Scottish sailors, John Williamson and John Cameron, reported spotting a strange creature off the coast of Britain. While at sea, they saw a creature in the water that they described as resembling a woman. According to their account, we distinctly saw an object about 6 yards distant from us in the shape of a woman.
Man, that water
Full
looks so
breast,
blue.
Dark complexion, comely face, and fine hair hanging in ringlets over the neck and shoulders. Sounds like these guys were out in the water a little too long to talk about each other. Anyway, they described the creature as being submerged up to its middle, with its head above the water, gazing at them and even shaking its head. Going on to write, the weather being fine, we had a full view of it, and that for 3 or 4 minutes. And finally, in 1967, near Main Islands in British Columbia, something strange happened. A ferry filled with tourists spotted a blonde-haired mermaid-like creature sitting on the beach eating fish. One witness even
Oh,
described
happy
her
belated birthday, bro.
to top it off, a
46.
photo
You're still
was
young,
taken
man.
showing a woman with
You're a young
blonde
man.
hair in the lower half.
Nice.
I'm 55.
Later
So
that week, another mermaid
Happy
sighting
birthday, King John.
but by then skepticism was growing and a lot of people Charles White, owner of Scariest Gardens, a ship doubling as an underwater aquarium, offered a 20
You know
So
what
there
I
you go,
noticed?
King Johnny. You got something too anyway.
promised room and board plus special
You know what I noticed?
I don't know if you're gonna be able to sleep after that though.
This video, although like some of the videos, it's like the UFO type thing. They're very shaky or very blurry and not actually showing you anything, and mostly CGI.
It's like they're videotaping like this.
Yeah, exactly. I thought you having the glitch or something, Daddy.
Homes for the mermaid's comfort. So quite an odd offer, but he was desperate to prove that she was real. Unfortunately, after a few
Look, look,
weeks,
look,
the
look, watch,
story
watch.
lost steam, and the mermaid sightings
You get
faded
close, and
until
now he's
local
like
legend.
shaking all around.
Mermaids are real. Don't believe me? Well, what about this recent sighting in Australia?
I don't know which one you're talking about.
Right? There's a bunch of different clips here.
Yeah.
There have been a lot of mermaid encounters out there, and people have had some terrifying experiences.
soda.
Sauce90 is a TikToker who just so happens to work on these giant boats in the ocean. Now, he's had a lot of terrifying encounters with some sort of creatures out there, and many think these creatures are mermaids or
That's a Pokemon.
sirens. Now, he recorded a video
Oh,
with
that's
two creatures
scary.
swimming on either side of the
That
huge
is scary,
ship. Now, they
man.
were
Can you
moving very
imagine?
quickly, keeping up to pace, which is
Touch it, that
honestly
size.
insane.
Yeah, it's
He knew
blurry
that they
again.
weren't dolphins or anything and asked people for help in identifying them, and a lot of people speculated, hey, these could be mermaids.
Nah, that's
Then
fake.
there was
You can tell.
another video he made with
Oh,
these
friends are gonna
living
be
creatures,
stopping.
and they were making the strangest noises ever. Now, this made people think that they were sirens, as sirens are said to sing songs to hypnotize sailors and make them go into the water. Now, the noises are truly unsettling, and in one clip, you can hear one of them say, "Jump for me." I would go back inside the boat and never come out again,
AK.
because again, that is just terrifying and freaky and makes me think that they're evil. Then there was the mermaid story from Tony Woods. Tony is a comedian, but I can promise you he wasn't joking about any of this. Now, when he was on Joe Rogan's podcast, he explained that he had seen a mermaid, or what he calls a merman, in real life in Seychelles, Africa. He was with a little
Nah.
French boy, and people in the community said don't swim in the lagoon after dark. He then said that there was a lot of people at the bar and that he and the boy raced down to the lagoon, which they were warned about, but they didn't listen. While
gonna
down
show
there, they
videos,
saw
or you gonna
something
keep
swimming
talking?
fast, and it then jumped out of the water. He said it was at least 10 to 12 feet long and made eye contact
that
with
is
him.
ugly.
Now, obviously, the pair got scared and went back to the bar
Oh,
where
Like
it
my-
crap.
but
Yeah.
no one believed them. The boy's mother apologized, saying he had an overactive imagination, but Tony swears that he saw this creature too. He said it wasn't a mermaid, but a merman, that it had dark skin and was
merman.
half human, half fish. His head was humanoid, eyes were so big. Now, Tony says he's not the only one to have seen something like that in the area, which makes him believe what he saw was even more real. And I mean, the way that he tells this story, the body language,
I
the
believe those kind of
inflection,
mermaids,
it just feels so real to me. And
you know,
we do
those
know that there
scary
have been
looking
multiple
ones
sightings
instead
in
of those
Africa
pretty
of
ones. Because the
mermaids,
water
and
will turn
all
your
I can say
face.
is at least Tony
Like I
had
said
a witness
earlier,
with
like
him
a
when he
prune.
saw what he saw. But wow, what
Let's
a
go
crazy
on a
story.
date
And
with
then
a
a user
mermaid.
on Reddit told this story that is
Anyone
absolutely
want to join me?
terrifying. They said that they saw a
Good luck
mermaid
with
once in
that,
2004 when they were in Jamaica. They were at a bridge called
Oh,
Flat Bridge,
a
which is
little
known
mermaid.
I'll
for
stick to breathing air.
sightings. Now, they decided to go close to the water, and as they got closer, they saw a woman resting beside a rock. They described her as having her hair being red and her skin very dark. Now, as they got closer, they realized that she was a fishy type of woman with dark eyes. Now, this obviously scared the user, and they said they almost passed out from fear. They then screamed mermaid over and over and over again, and the
Man,
creature
that looks
became scared and
scary. Look at
swam
that.
away really fast. Now, the user thought that they were going crazy, but spoke to the locals who told them that mermaids do exist and that it's normal in Jamaica. They then said not to get too close,
I'm going
or
to
the
Jamaica.
mermaids could take you underwater. And yeah, I think I'd have the same reaction as this person, because that is terrifying. Mermaids are real. Don't believe me? Well, what about this recent sighting in Australia? I mean, a mermaid literally
Are we
washed
starting
up
this
on
all
a
over
beach
again?
there. In July 2023, photos of a creature resembling a mermaid alien washed ashore on an Australian beach. Now, the image came to light via a post in the Marine Biology Facebook group, and it was exactly like a mermaid shape, said uploader
I
Bobby
bet it
Lee
smells
Oates,
fishy, yeah.
34 of the skeletal remains, which she stumbled
anyone
across
know
while
Jack
walking along the
was
beach in
saved
Couple
by
Sands,
Ariel?
Queensland. We were driving along the beach looking for a campsite, and we couldn't help but notice how much the skull looked to be in the shape of a human, she recalled. So we instantly stopped from the confusion as to what the hell this could be, and why does this
Why
look
is it
like a
blurry?
human skull?
I know, right?
Bobby Lee, who estimated that the creature was 6
I mean,
feet
why they
long,
blurring that? We
described it
already
by
know what
saying
that
it
one
had
looks
a
like.
human-shaped skull with an elongated jawline and hair similar to the color of a cow or kangaroo, but with hair missing in many places due to decomposition. She continued by saying it was exactly like a mermaid shape, but
I was gonna say,
hairy
damn, that's a
because it seemed to
mermaid.
have
No.
a tail or limb of some sort. Now, she posted the image to try to figure out what the creature was, but never got a definitive answer. So could this be some sort of mermaid? I think so.
I can't
Then
tell. I
there
couldn't
were the
tell.
soldiers who saw a type of mermaid. During World War II, Japanese soldiers were stationed in the key islands in Indonesia and had some weird encounters with what they said were mermaids. Now, the local villagers were familiar with these creatures and called them orang iken, which translates to manfish. Now, these creatures were described as being around 150 centimeters tall, having spikes on the spine, shoulder, and neck. They were said to have pink salmon-colored skin and a mouth that resembled a carp. Now, rather than having a fishtail, these creatures have
You know
long
what? I
arms
noticed
and
that
frog-like
did
legs,
China or
both of which
or
had
Japan
talons at the
had
end.
their
Now, the Japanese soldiers recorded many
mermaid,
different sightings, saying they even saw one on land,
style,
but they
their own
mostly
style
seemed at home in the
of
water.
a mermaid?
For one instance, a troop of soldiers claimed to see one of these creatures jump out of the water
Yes.
onto a nearby rock.
Weird.
Now, it turned
Weird.
and faced the soldiers and let out a gurgling, burping noise that didn't seem to be
She
too
had gas.
friendly. Then they saw another creature moving smoothly in the water towards them as fast as any fish would.
Oh,
Now, not knowing the intention of the creatures, the soldiers started shooting at the rocks and into the water, only to have the creatures disappear from view. Now, a sergeant named Mr.
Wow, that
Taro
looks
spoke
cool.
to the villagers and requested
Yeah,
if
I
any of
didn't
the
realize
orang
that's what it
iken were captured, dead or alive, to contact him immediately. It was soon after that the chief summoned the general and, to his astonishment, saw with his
That's
own eyes
beautiful
the
right there, that
lifeless
picture.
aquatic creature. Now, he described
That's
what he
something I
saw
won't get
as
scared of.
roughly 4 foot 9 inches tall, pinkish skin, human-looking face and limbs, spikes along its head, and a mouth like a carp. Now, this just sounds like something out of a horror movie.
Jen, Eddie, how you doing?
Terrifying. Now, fishermen don't get scared too easily, as they see a lot of scary things being out in the middle of the ocean, but I doubt any of them ever thought that they would come face to face with a mermaid.
I seen
Yeah,
that one.
you heard that right.
I seen that.
Some fishermen
I think that was that
accidentally caught a mermaid. In an alarming video,
history
it appears that some
documentary,
fishermen
something like
caught
that.
a mermaid in a net, and they were so shocked that they accidentally dropped it back into the water. A clearly humanoid arm with a webbed hand reached back at them from the net,
Doing
as
good,
if
doing
trying to
good.
grab the men. Now, the men
The
leaned back to
blooping
avoid it, and the
noise
net
was
slips and falls back into the
mermaid
ocean,
saying,
with the
"I
mermaid
know
escaping and them being
white
left
trash."
with questions. Now, is this
K-Dog.
legit? I think so. A user commented
Imagine
this on the
waking
video,
up with
and I agree.
that
They
in the
said this
bed.
video is amazing, almost
I'm not
like
gonna
real
imagine
proof
that,
about the
King.
existence of mermaids. Notice that the camera is unsteady, and it means that the situation took them
If
by
I woke up
surprise.
with
The
that,
creature trapped in the
yeah,
net is
my wife
powerful
would-
and so desperate to get rid of it, and its aspect cannot correspond to a human being or any other animal.
You know what?
Now, it's
More like if I
understandable
wake
that
up
the
with that in my
fishermen
bed,
got
my
in a
wife will beat
panic
the
and
crap
let it
out
go
of me.
back into the sea, but that was just so creepy. And finally, we have another story about an Australian mermaid, except this one is alive and well. A short clip was posted online of what could be a mermaid swimming among a reef. In 2007, a diver off the coast of Australia
Hey, they
claimed
got
to have
Dory
encountered a
and
real-life
another Dory.
mermaid. In the footage, we see a
How
diver
does everything crazy happen in
in
Australia?
an unknown reef,
Yeah.
and in the distance, we see a humanoid figure swim towards the camera.
Australia has a
Now,
lot
it
of
appears to be
poisonous
half
stuff.
human, half fish, with a long scale.
Yeah, they got a lot of dangerous stuff.
Enormous fins appear
Yeah.
to propel the creature
Look at that.
effortlessly through
That
the
looks
water.
pretty real,
When the
though.
clip was uploaded to the internet, it caused a speculative frenzy, as some herald the footage as strong evidence of mermaids. Now, analysts have noticed that the creature swims easily through the water without the use of its arms, and instead it uses its long fin tail to glide forwards.
Yeah,
Now,
that-
could this
that looks
diver have
realistic.
actually
That one
captured a
looked
real
realistic.
mermaid swimming in the sea? I think so.
Yeah, it did kind of look
Out there
realistic.
in our waters, I guess that's up to you to decide. First up, we have the Australia sighting. A video that was uploaded in 2010 has recently resurfaced
same
and was
one.
taken at the Great Barrier Reef. The footage shows a mysterious
It does
creature.
look pretty cool.
Look at that. You see that
swimming in the
mermaid?
distance. Now, the video
I
has
mean,
Look,
a
look, look,
merman.
7 million views. And there's another video as well from the same person, which has more than 4 million views. The narrator of the video explains how he went to the Great Barrier Reef in Australia to test an underwater cage that he had recently bought. 2 films were recorded, explains the narrator. He said he was testing out his camera and how to operate it, and he felt something behind him. He added that he only spotted the mermaid after he watched the footage on the computer. He never saw her in real life. Now he claims the video is real, not edited, not fake. Some people are claiming it's just a human in a costume, but I don't know. It looks pretty real to me. Up next, we have the Canada sighting. In June 1967,
You know what? It's not repeating
a mermaid
itself.
was
It's just
spotted on
showing
Main Island.
this.
She was seen in the
It's
early
a
evening
different
by
video, but it's the
passengers
same.
on ferries close to
Weird.
the
Is it
west
like
She got
they're using the video clips as like transitions, maybe?
Several witnesses said the mermaid had a large fish, apparently coho salmon, and one swore she had taken a bite out of it, the colonist said on June 13th, 1967. Long silver blonde hair and topless condition were generally agreed upon. Now, the next day, the colonists referred to
That's a
her as
sexy
the
one.
dimpled mermaid and said that she had a lower body and a fish.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Oh, wait. What's going on there?
You got the tail.
They're like a costume.
Got the legs. Got long arms. What's going on here? That's a weird looking picture.
Weird.
Nice. Something different at least.
The newspaper said she had been at Helen Point and had been seen eating a large salmon. A couple who
this one
flew
got two
over
tails.
the area shortly after 7 p.m.
That's
managed to get an
Starbucks.
aerial photograph.
Old two-tail.
Close to the photo taken. Then on June 15th, the newspaper reported that a $25,000 reward would be offered for the dimpled mermaid of Acton Pass. The offer was made by Charles White of the Gardens, and a panel of competent marine biologists would have to confirm that the mermaid was the real thing. He also promised to negotiate a contract with the mermaid.
All right,
I
AD.
think we could come to terms. We would offer a substantial
blessed day,
salary, room and board, and a supply of those
Night,
special
AD.
mermaids use. Now, unfortunately, no mermaid moved forward, and the story kind of just disappeared. Moving on to the Jamaica sighting. Jamaica seems to be a hot spot for mermaid sightings. I mean, there are hundreds of them.
That's the same
From
one,
YouTube to TikTok to Reddit, people have been sharing their
Yeah,
stories.
keep repeating the same footage.
First
Yeah.
video was taken at
All right. I mean, we all seen these videos already.
That's right, and why?
That was pretty. That was okay. I'm gonna have to cut it here, though. I mean, you know what? Mermaids. I mean, some of those videos are. It just reminds me of Bigfoot and UFO. I mean, blurry, shaky,
Right.
CGI. You know, AI stuff. It's just. I don't know. It's just crazy. I mean, I don't believe in mermaids. I mean, it would be cool though. It would be cool to, see something like that.
I don't know if it's like really like mermaid, so to speak, but I think there may be something close to a humanoid figure. I don't know if it's technically gonna have like the fish tail and like a human upper body, but maybe there's a creature in the sea that has legs, that has, I may not be the mermaid, like
Something like the creature of the Black
theory or
Lagoon.
whatever. Yeah.
Even that, if that's even real, man, you know how scary that is to go back into the water. I mean, it's scary. It's scary
I don't go
enough
below
to
my
be with
neck.
sharks.
Unless it's freshwater. I'll swim in freshwater, but not in the saltwater.
Why not? I swim in the salt water.
I catch the stuff that's in the saltwater.
I mean,
not too far from the shore most of the time.
well, I wouldn't swim in Florida. I mean, wherever there's a body of water, there's got to be an alligator.
But true. That's very true.
In the ocean, it's got to be a shark somewhere.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Yeah, so Puerto Rico is just across. Puerto Rico just across Dresser who was playing dress up.
Hey, nice, kid, dog.
I'm
Just
going
let
to
us know.
Chicago in
Oh, that
September.
one has. Oh,
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Oh man, I don't know. I mean, they do have to be. I mean, it's like UFO and Bigfoot. I mean, there's had to be something out there because a lot of people have seen, these creatures, these mermaids, these Bigfoot, these aliens.
mhm.
There's got to be something to it. I mean, I'm real sure that people are not going crazy out of their mind,
Like a lot of
right?
them said, ever since
A lot of us
we
already
started.
are back weekend.
Yeah, most of it. I'm out of my mind.
I mean,
Well, ever since we started just going out in the ocean on boats, we been seeing stuff. So that goes back. They said whenever we started traveling around by boats, I wonder what Vikings saw. And we don't have very many stories from the Vikings in that or anything.
Right.
Actually, there is because they do have some stories about these creatures as well.
Mhm. Well, the ocean is. I mean, there's so much stuff down there that they
That is
haven't
anything about
discovered
mermaids,
yet
though,
either.
of
So,
course.
and they are
right.
right, Florida. There are jellyfish. There's huge jellyfish. I've seen some real big ones on TV.
A
I
huge
mean,
squid, giant squid. That's already been proven.
Yeah, there's
oh
squid,
yeah,
man.
squids or those what they call those long fish. Or
Or
I think it's called an oarfish or something like that. They're huge. They're real long. They almost look like dragons.
Mm.
I think that they're in China or Japan. One of them out there. It's just a high trip out at the sea. Octopus. Yeah, there's this big octopus out there as well. Those are scary. Alligators.
alligator gar, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they're. I mean, they're scary. Actually, alligator gar are prehistoric, living prehistoric fish, and I don't think they're dangerous. Are they dangerous?
I wouldn't really
Are
want to
they
find out.
are they are they dangerous?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
They have a lot of teeth.
Alligators can outrun you.
not the alligator.
Yeah.
Alligator
Alligator
gar.
gar.
Those are fish.
Oh, alligator gar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah. If you jump into a pool of them, I'm sure they're gonna eat you.
Hmm.
They got some pretty big teeth.
I seen that one guy fish. What's his name? What
Very
they call
sharp teeth.
monster fish, whatever that is, and he
Can
goes
grow over
fishing.
8 feet long. And
That river monsters guy, Jeremy
Yeah.
Wade.
Yes.
Jeremy Wade.
And that guy was catching these crazy fish. They're so freaking big. They're so dangerous. And he caught one of those alligator gar too. And I didn't see them like attacking him or nothing like that. Of course, don't
They're,
fight
they're
you.
not like
They don't want to.
aggressive. Not like aggressive like an alligator, but yeah,
Right.
it says here in Google, it says they can grow up to 8 feet long and weigh over 300
They're
pounds.
Damn.
they're really hard to catch on a fishing pole. Their mouths are so bony that usually it just like bends the hook.
No way.
Yep.
Damn, that is crazy, man.
Yep, they're bony, really bony fish.
Well, where can I go to catch one? And
Florida has them.
well, we're gonna surprise you, but I'm not going to Florida.
You were supposed to come in March or something like that.
Actually, in September. I'm trying to push it to September. So yeah. So yeah, we're gonna meet up and go fishing that day. When I
Okay.
get there. Now I want
I'm
to go
ready.
fishing, but not.
I've been to the river just about every weekend since summer started for the kids to give them something to do on Saturday, and I haven't done much fishing, just letting the kids swim. So I'm missing out on my fishing time.
Uh-oh. No, you can't do that because I'm taking my fishing pole, my rod. I gotta go buy my case for it. So yeah, I gotta get everything ready. So I'm also taking it to Panama. So yeah, I'm gonna go
Oh, heck
fishing
yeah.
there as well.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. It's already 9:16. I feel like time flew by so fast today.
It did.
Yeah, man.
It's because I was around.
Probably. But you guys enjoy the rest of your night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna go back to maybe paranormal. I'm not too sure, or make fun of Bigfoot or UFO,
Make
whatnot.
fun of me.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, travel as you can, and you guys have a great, beautiful night, man. All right. I see y'all later. You have a blessed day. Love you guys, man. Thank you for supporting this channel.
God bless you.
Love you guys.
Love y'all.
Peace. Peanut butter.